Welcome back for another video. In this series we look at the top players with predicted points to make your transfer plans and captaincy easier. Make data-backed decisions to maximise your chance of success. We also cover the key talking points, considerations, and we look at the top players by position. The predicted points are courtesy of FPL Review, linked to their sites in the description. We've also included the predicted points for the next 4 game weeks because we don't just want a player to have an immediate impact, we want them to be reliable for us longer term. This game week the algorithm is based on an 85% likelihood of Chelsea and Norwich getting a double game week 28. Either Chelsea need to beat Luton or Norwich need to beat Liverpool in the FA Cup for this to happen. So let's start with the goalkeepers, and Sar's on top, and it is an opportune time to get him if you're on a free hit or a wildcard or you're just looking to bring a keeper in. Wolves have a double with both games at home against Crystal Palace and Watford. Wolves are also guaranteed not to blank in game week 30, which adds to their appeal. Mendy is close behind in second on 8.1 predicted points. We'd almost forgotten about the Chelsea assets after their run of 3 blanks in 4, but if they get the double game week 28, they'll face Burnley and Norwich, which are 2 outstanding fixtures for Mendy and likewise the defenders. Martinez hasn't hit the same heights this season, but Villa do look more solid under Gerrard, and they too have a good double game week facing Southampton and Leeds, and Aston Villa don't blank in game week 30 either. Dubravka has emerged as one to consider for 4.4 mil for the next 2 game weeks, as they're the only side with a double game week in 28 and 29. They're a generally leaky side, but their fixture pair isn't terrible against Brighton and Southampton. They're also in sensational form and in 4 of their last 5 games played, with 3 clean sheets over that run. The rest of the pack, Foster, Meslier and Krul, look like ones to avoid. Let's take a look at the defenders next, and Rudiger's top with 8.4 predicted points. Over the season, Chelsea are 3rd best after City and Liverpool for XG conceded, and they've conceded the 2nd fewest goals of 18. If Chelsea double in game week 28, they will blank in game week 30, which is something to be mindful of. But if you've got a strategy to navigate game week 30, then there's no better game week to jump on the Chelsea defenders. Their fixtures are great from here to the end of the season, and I fancy them to finish strong. Reece James narrowly misses out due to his expected minutes being less assured. There's a possibility of his minutes getting managed in this double, having just returned from injury, and Tuchel has played Azpilicueta and Hudson-Odoi in right wing back before. Thiago Silva makes the list too, but likely one to avoid as he too could have his minutes managed. Saiss, Kilman, Cody and Aït-Nouri all make the list unsurprisingly. Wolves have conceded 21 goals this season, which ranks 4th best among all sides. Therefore, doubling up on Wolves defenders looks excellent, particularly at their price points. Saiss looks the best option, followed by Cody or Kilman. We've seen Aït-Nouri rotated with Marcel, so he's one to avoid. Digne makes the list too with 6.7 predicted points, and he's a fantastic option to consider. Over the last 6 games played, he's taken 15 corners and created 11 chances, which is among the best in the league. If you have found this video useful so far, please drop it a like to support the channel. Let's take a look at the midfielders next, and Rafinha's top with 9.7 predicted points. Leeds double up against Leicester and Aston Villa. Bielsa has left Leeds, and Jesse Marsch is their new head coach pending international clearance. It's an unpredictable double game week for Leeds, but for 6.5 mil, Rafinha is well worth considering. And in game week 29 they face Norwich, and then in game week 30 they don't blank. Mount is second with 8.4 predicted points. In the reverse fixture against Norwich in game week 9 he got a hat-trick and an assist for 24 points. There is a chance of rotation, but on a free hit he's worth the punt for the clear upside he offers. Ward-Prowse and Coutinho are 2 other players that would make my free hit team if I was using it this week. You could make the case of captaining any of these players, and captaincy will be an interesting one this week. We could see very spread captaincies, which is a ticket up the ranks if you nail it. Salah makes the list too despite a single game week. Liverpool face West Ham at home, and spirits will be particularly high with it being their first game after their League Cup final win. Despite the single game week, Salah's still a very good captain pick. Onto the forwards, and top is Lukaku with 10.1 predicted points. At the moment he's an avoid unless you're on a free hit and you fancy the punt. He's been uninspiring recently. Last match against Crystal Palace in the league he only took 7 touches the entire game, and he was benched for the League Cup final. Jimenez is another one who looks difficult to trust for minutes after being benched last game. However, you could make the case for him returning to the starting 11 after Wolves were defeated by Arsenal. Che Adams looks a great pick on a free hit. He's on 3 goals and an assist in his last 4 games. Brozier also makes the list, but he's not in the same form. Wood making the list again underlines the severe lack of performing options this season, as his last goal came in game week 12 and therefore he's one to avoid. Likewise, the Villa forwards Ings and Watkins, who make the list, aren't in good form either. Watkins did score last game week, so if you were opting for either of the 2 it'd have to be him, but you feel the midfield is where the value lies. That wraps up the video, thanks for watching. Before you go, please drop it a like if you found it useful. I read every comment, so leave one below and I'll be sure to read it. See you soon for the next one.